Well, for working with the Clan Henderson Society in genealogy, I'm going to introduce how we can display our work. My name's Jim Henderson. I'm going to start with an overview of how we can display our work. We can display it on paper. We can display it with a computer. On the computer you could use a spreadsheet like Excel, or you could use family tree software like Family Tree Builder from MyHeritage, or Family Tree Maker, which connects to Ancestry.com. Or you can display it online, and this is good for easy collaboration, and that's what we do in the Clan Henderson Society. We can have individual unlinked trees at sites like Ancestry.com or MyHeritage, or we can have a whole world tree which aims to tie all those individual trees together. It's easy to get started displaying on paper, but it gets cumbersome quite quickly. Take my mother's family, for example. It extends to 45 foolscap pages, going back to 1701. And here's her entry at the bottom of page 19. And you can see her name there. And it's out of date already because Anne and I have had a third child and we now have 7 grandchildren. Mum's parents and some of their children are shown in this display, and that's her father, and there she is. And here is the root of our tree, going right back to 1701. We come from the youngest of 3 brothers at the left, just there, and then we go up through that branch, up through that branch, through that branch, and through this branch. And you can see there are lots and lots of pages of family tree information in this publication. How do you find your way around in a paper publication? Well, the authors of my mother's family tree provided a year of birth index, which is helpful. I started a computer-based index of names linking to page numbers, which is what I needed to be able to find my way around. And here's a little bit of that. If you're going to display the tree on a computer, you could use a spreadsheet like Excel, and this has the same problem as displaying on paper, because how do you fit in extra children? And the end result can be very nice for a limited set of relatives. Here's a section of the Robinson family tree from one of my friends, and it's nicely published. Another way is with special family tree software like Family Tree Builder, which is free for Macintosh systems and for Windows. And you can build a database in Family Tree Builder, and it will draw the trees for you. And you don't have to put any of your information up on the internet if you don't want to. And here's a review of similar programs. Family Tree Builder has a butterfly view which adjusts as you add people. And so in that view you can see that my parents here, and you've got their children down below and their parents up here, running up in the 2 butterfly wings, one for my father's side and the other for my mother's side. Another program is Family Tree Maker. That's from Makiev.com, and it's the program which lets you synchronize with a family tree at Ancestry.com. And that's what its display looks like. Or you can put your family tree online for easy collaboration, and that's what we do in the Clan Henderson Society. We can use individual unlinked trees, and you can build your own tree. You can become a member of the tree of a relative and copy her information into your tree. And you can invite relatives to become members of your tree and cooperate with you on the work. Here are some examples of sites that work that way, Ancestry.com. It has the best resources available, but it's a bit expensive from the start. And there's MyHeritage.com. It's cheaper at the start, but doesn't have as many resources. Trees at Ancestry.com look like this, and you can drag the tree across the screen to see different parts of it. When you click on someone, you can see the profile for that person, and that gives more detail about the person. At MyHeritage, trees look like this, and again you can drag the tree across the screen to see different parts of it. When you click on someone, you see the profile for that person. Individual unlinked trees are good for collaboration, but it's complicated to join your tree onto your cousin's tree. You'll probably copy people one by one into your own tree. This is where the whole world tree comes into its own. When you're building your branch in a whole world tree, you can bump into somebody else's branch and you can join their work with yours. Suddenly you have lots of extra branches without doing any work at all. You can explore right across all parts of the conjoined trees with different branches managed by different people. For example, I worked my way back to my great-grandmother, Adelaide Sturt Morford, and I found her siblings and parents and lots more, all but done by someone else. We joined my tree with theirs, and we both benefit. Here's her part of the tree, and that's her profile there with the red box around it. And here's an enlarged version of her and her husband, George Henderson. There are various options for online whole world trees. Genie.com is the one we use in the Clan Henderson Society. It's easy to use. It's web-based. It runs in your browser. There's a limited free version or a generous version for $119 US each year. It automatically matches with other people's trees at Genie or MyHeritage. It shows a relationship path between people, which is a big help when you've got a large tree. It handles documents and citations well. Another one is wikitree.com. It's free, but it's cumbersome to use. And there's werelate.org, which is also free, and it uses the same software as Wikipedia, so it's also a bit cumbersome to use. There's a video with 5 reasons for sharing your tree at werelate.org. Here's a comparison of the online options for individual unlinked trees at genealogy.about.com. And for whole world trees, there's an overview at Kitty Cooper's blog. Here's the history of how we've been working online. We started out with individual unlinked trees at Ancestry with over 600 separate trees with 84,000 people in them, perhaps with overlaps, but with Ancestry it's hard to merge them together, and so it's hard to find if there are any common people in different trees. There was a serious bottleneck with one person trying to meet everyone's needs in research and display. From 2017 onwards, we've been recruiting volunteers to work together, copying trees from Ancestry to Genie. And this move is based on the case that I made at this Google site. CHS needs a worldwide tree, it stands for. So that's the end of my presentation, and we'll have more videos on different aspects of the work of a genealogy volunteer with the Clan Henderson Society.